Hold on.
I was driving. Trees went by. We'd always sing the wrong way. I was flying. Yeah, walking down a dream. Never would come to me. Working on mystery. Going wherever it is. Running down a dream. Felt so good.
What's up? It's January 8th. It's Jomboy and Jake Radio. We got national championship game to talk about. We got chicken nuggets and soda we talked about. We got kill yourself quotes to talk about. We got Knicks. We got other stuff, and then some other stuff. This was Tom Petty opening the show with Running Down a Dream, which was released in 1989, which is Jake and mine's birth year, which is the theme of the music this week. Jake, my great and good friend, how are you doing?
Good, Jimmy. Happy Tuesday. Best day of the week.
Best day of the week.
Everyone enjoy your bad day.
Except it's not, because you hate Tuesday. Hey, I have something.
Okay.
You're not acting like it's Tuesday. The whole pre-show, you've been like, I think you've hit full healthy. I think you're feeling good today. And I think you have to admit that right now you're winning the battle against this Tuesday.
I am, and there's a couple things going on, Jim. So I wasn't super stoked for the national title game. Like I think like a lot of people, I totally forgot until yesterday morning. And I was like, yeah, okay.
I forgot until you said yesterday that Clemson is like, you were talking to Lamar Jackson and you were like, Clemson's playing during our show. I was like, oh yeah, I have to do that tonight.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson went to Louisville, but Deshaun
Watson.
And know what it was? I think this weekend's football games were so good that you just kind of overlooked it. Like normally, I think if one of the Sunday playoff games was 40-14 game, during the fourth quarter they'd be like, the national championship game tomorrow, and you'd be like, oh yeah, hope that's good.
Yeah, but you got your fill from the fourth games on the weekend.
Yeah, but so then I woke up and I was, I knew it was on, and I was like, I'm sure I'll probably end up watching it, but I didn't make a plan or anything. But then the way things ended up at work with my girlfriend's work, she was running an event and it was going late. So everything changed in like one text, but in a good way. It went from like me cooking chicken on the grill, like going outside in the cold, cooking some vegetables, to her not coming home, which made me eat leftovers. So I just cut out my cooking time. And like my eating time, like that just happened. And I had worked out before that. So I went from like having this nice of kind of doing some chores and activities and, cooking and all that stuff to it was all out the window. And so it was like right before kickoff, I took a shower and then just camped out and was ready to watch the football game. And it was a pretty awesome, incredible thing to see. You watched.
Yeah, I watched a little bit, and I turned it off. I didn't watch the fourth quarter, so I missed that fake field goal attempt, which is hilarious. But I watched the replay. That was amazing. The first quarter of that game was insane, and then it kind of didn't live up to the first quarter the rest of the way because Bama just got crushed.
Yeah, well, we'll talk a little bit about it in the national news.
We'll get there.
The other reason I've got Tuesday by the balls right now is again, this event that the lady's working on for work. So it's kind of hilarious because I used to do events and stuff, and I was perfect for them because you have to just be like high energy, anything goes, give it hell for 12 hours. There's like the smallest task you have to take care of and the biggest task you have to take care of. But you have to treat them all the same, because if one of the little things goes wrong, it could throw stuff off. So you have to have you just have to have your priorities and just go hard, go fast.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't work like that. She wants everything to be planned out, and this goes like this goes this way. But in events, you need to plan for the wiggle room and the adjustment, and she doesn't get that. Her brain is wired that if you don't, why do you even plan?
Yeah.
If you're going to have the ability to wiggle, why even plan? So that's where she's at right now. So she's frustrated with that, but she woke up early for that. So she woke up and started doing her morning routine, which I set my alarms, but I normally base my stuff off of that. So she gets going, and I wake up. I'm feeling pretty good. I got in bed a little earlier than the usual. I like the football game. And I start rolling around, and I was like, oh, it must be like 7 a.m. It was like 5:45.
Wow.
So I was already up. So then I was like, okay, I'll do a morning. So I had breakfast. I had a little coffee already. So yeah, I'm bringing it at Tuesday a little bit right now. That being said, normally the front end of Tuesday what gets me, and then things look more optimistic towards the back end. I know something's gonna come in. I'm gonna try to do a curl, and my bicep will just rip off my arm or something like that later. So
keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What were those moves? Final Destination. That's basically my life today.
Yep. Waiting for the Tuesday attack. Artie Cruz just did his own sound drop in the chat. He said, "Everybody enjoy your terrible day."
verbal sound drop. How was your night? You watched first half of the football game and stuff.
Yeah, so my brother Luke is here till Thursday. He goes to Peru for 2 weeks, study abroad little thing.
Okay. Which one?
And then he's going back to school in Ohio. So we're getting in our hangout time, which is awesome. But it's turned nights into it's getting too high and doing nothing. And my old man self, we're not. If I told Luke this, he'd be shocked. He's like, we don't do anything. We just sit and watch TV and play games. I'm like, yes. Right. But usually I just sit at my computer and do some work. I'm so boring.
What games do you play?
Mexican Train.
Okay, nice.
It's Katie and I don't have a lot of games. At my parents' house, we have every game imaginable. But Mexican Train's fun for watching a sports game and playing.
Yeah. I haven't played in a while.
Yeah. We got Zimmer a dog bed. Zimmer's 13 years old. He's 2 years past life expectancy. And he's always slept on the couch or a bed with us, so he's used to cushions.
Right.
He's never had a dog bed before. But he's too old to jump on the couch. He can do it if you're not around, but if you're around, he'll just put his front paws up and be like, come on, help me.
Yeah, I get that.
Come on, dude. And then he smells bad. If he yawns, it's oh my God, you just hit me with a gas bomb. And if he farts, don't even think about living for the next 5 minutes. You're just turtle shelling in your shirt and going away.
Sure. I've seen that. That live.
So we're we got to get him on a bed. So we got him this dog bed, but we didn't think he would take. His dog's he could be what is this? I've never had
Can't teach an old dog new tricks, they'll say.
There you go. But he's not only does he love it, he looks cute as hell in it. I'll tell you that. I put an Instagram post on my Instagram, my personal Instagram. It's delightful. But Jake,
right?
He likes having his head on a pillow. And you know how dogs spin?
Right.
So he couldn't figure out. He spins in a way that doesn't allow him to stop with his head facing the outside of the bed.
Gotcha.
Basically, he can't spin himself into the correct position. So Luke and I were high just watching him go onto his dog bed, do 9 spins like dogs do, and then bow out. And then he would just look at the two of us I couldn't get it.
Yeah. Really tried.
And then Luke wanted to just watch him, but I felt bad. So I had to pick him up, put him sideways, and lay him into the position. Today he figured it out, though, right now. It was pretty funny to watch, though. I was going to do
the angle. We've all been there.
But it was a lot of spins before he couldn't get the angle.
Good for Zim.
Yeah, he looks good right now. Oh, dude, he was walking around this morning with just a poop hanging out his ass.
Oh, yeah, been there.
I thought it was going to drop, so I saw it. I ran to the kitchen. I grabbed some paper towels, and then I went to go underneath for the drop. I thought he
Yeah.
was sometimes in the morning he poops because he doesn't know he's pooping because he's so old.
Right.
And it wasn't. So then I like grabbed it, like it just pulled it off.
Sure.
It was just stuck, and it was like a hard poop. Like how long had this been there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Disgusting.
Noodles done that once or twice. Yeah. They're
gross.
dogs.
Another news for Christmas, I got this day in history calendar. So I figured every now and then I can just throw one out there if we don't have a big opening. Today is the death anniversary of Galileo.
The death anniversary.
Yeah, his death birthday.
Okay. Cool.
Called a death birthday.
Bro, this is his birthday. Yeah, man. Like his death birthday.
It's from Orange County. Love that quote. Love Orange County.
You do love Orange County.
Their best friend died, and it's like a year away, and they want to go surfing in his honor. This is his birthday, bro. This is his death birthday. Pretty good. All right, let's go to some Tri-State news. Sound good?
Sure.
Sure. The Nets and the Knicks both lost by 3 or more points last night. The Knicks lost, and James Dolan, who swears they're not tanking with his fingers crossed, says they lack a star player a la Henrik Lundqvist. Yankees signed speedy outfielder Billy Burns to a minor league contract. Baylor head coach Matt Rule's Wikipedia page was edited on Monday afternoon to say that he is currently the head football coach of the New York Jets. This, up to this point, is untrue. The White Sox have signed John Jay, and people say they only signed him because he's friends with Machado in an attempt to recruit Machado away from New York and Philadelphia and to Chicago. Hey, John Jay, you pawn? You just got $4 million simply for being a pawn. Wow, what a sucker you must feel like. All that $4 million just
Idiot.
as a pawn, you dumb piece of shit. Whoa. Tri-State news.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What do you think people's favorite segment of the show is? Tri-State news, national news, or weird news stories?
Weird science, but we rarely do that segment.
Yeah. One and done.
You said Nets and Knicks both lost by 3 or more points, but both teams were a lot more than that.
So that would be more than 3.
Yeah, I know. It's just I think people would say that's an odd way to say it.
Yeah, well, I didn't look at the scores, and I didn't want to do math, so I knew that they at least lost by more than 3 points. I think the Knicks lost by like 20, and the Nets lost by 11.
Kind of reverse. Nets lost by 21. Knicks lost by 10.
Both of those are more than 3 points.
More than, I mean, you got it. I never said you didn't have it. Los Knicks lose. I'll be honest. I got so caught up in the title game, I didn't watch a minute of this. So I'm going through the box score right now. I'll see what stands out. Cantor played a lot, so we know what happened there. They gave up a lot of points.
We talked about this. Cantor went to the GM.
Bad hot take.
Yeah, Cantor went to the GM and was like, hey, how come you're not playing me? And they're like, we think you're going to get a lot of time soon because we're trying to lose. And you don't do that well.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yankees sign Billy Burns.
Seth Curry playing for the Trailblazers, Jim.
What's that?
Seth Curry playing for the Trailblazers.
Oh, he's back in the NBA? Has he been Has he been in the NBA this whole time, just not playing? Or
he had like a bad injury for a little bit, but it was kind of funny because he went from like fringe, like being on a roster, to then the whole NBA changed around him, kind of because of his brother, and now he's like a guy you'd have on your team. He's not like a starter, but he's solid. He played 22 minutes last night.
Good for him.
Ooh, you'd like this, Jim. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 players on the Portland. 5 players on the Portland bench played. They all played 22 minutes.
That's good. Some math nerds running the ins and outs.
Yeah, I think the Blazers are like an analytics team, so there could be some geek on the sidelines just like so happy about that.
Dude, Nets 3 3-pointers in a row. Your 20 minutes is up, bud. I'm
You're
feeling real good right now, Coach. I'm hot. No. Everyone gets their 22 minutes on this team. Come on. And whose mom brought snacks?
You're out, Four Eyes. That's one. Maybe we'll get that as a sound bit. That's a really good clip.
Yeah, someone DM'd me saying that we needed to, with a sound bit clip. They were like, you should put the "What an Idiot" from Old School or from Starsky and Hutch, Will Ferrell, you know,
Right.
hang gliding. They said we should put that in the soundboard.
It's Wedding Crashers. Yeah.
What? You're right. I don't know what I was thinking.
Okay.
They both are movies with like bit Will Ferrell cameos.
Right. I just clicked on a lot of Trailblazers box scores. I haven't seen the 22-minute thing before, so I'm happy for them.
Oh, so it's not a thing they do every time.
No.
Nice. I did clip that Will Ferrell one. Oh, you know what I did though, Jake? I watched that clip, and instead of taking the "what a bang bang idiot," I liked the next line he says more for the soundboard, which is this.
What a loser!
It's a little more applicable.
Yeah. So thanks. Who sent that in? I want to say it was Tristan.
Dude, we've been talking about doing
Trip.
guys.
I was all over it.
We talked. Yeah, you nailed it. We've been talking about doing some dual episodes for like doing the Babe Ruth called shot for laughs from the past and talking Yanks. I think we do that with Rucco and Jake and Jomboy Radio. We do 20 minutes on the Yankees, 10 minutes on the Nets, and we bring the Nets talk on here.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think we should do that next time we talk to Rooks, which maybe we should do if it keeps being cold stove.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Anything else, dude? I mean, someone's editing Matt Rule's Wikipedia. Jets fans, I guess. There's at least one Jets fan out there that wants Matt Rule to be the new head coach of the New York Jets. I like to think of this as a conspiracy theory. I think Matt Rule wants to be the head coach of the Jets. So he had his son, who's a nerd and a Wikipedia editor, edit this to get the headline out there, because this was a headline. You know, you got to control the story. If people, you make this your Wikipedia, you have your nerdy son, make this your Wikipedia, it becomes a story, right? And then you gauge the public's reaction. Because right now, this was written about on some website that I found it. And if like the people are like, yeah, actually, Jets, you should hire him, then Matt Rule's like, boom, case study, done. People want me. So I think this is a great tactic by Matt Rule and his nerdy son.
Yeah, there's a chance. I don't think Matt Rule should leave Baylor. I think he's a big God guy, and Baylor is as a school, and they're just starting to turn it around. I don't think it makes sense for him to leave. I mean, if he's going to get paid, I'll always do that. But
what if his dream was be to coach the NFL?
I mean, yeah, knock yourself out if that's what you want to do and get paid, and they'll offer it to you. Go for it, brother. But I think he's in line to do some decent stuff at Baylor, I think. Have we done the whole Cliff Kingsbury discussion on here?
We did it on Twitter.
I think he's only getting job offers because he's hot.
Well, someone said like he does run a really good offense, right?
Yes, but Jimmy, he got fired from Texas Tech. It's not like he turned the program around and it's like, oh, hey, we should get him. He's good. Like, no, he got fired by Tech.
Yeah. Yeah, but what if he's a good recruiter? Like, you got to be attractive. Well, that would work more for college. Okay, what if you just get two good offensive and defensive coordinators, and then he's like a good-looking Jason Garrett. Like, me and my dad, who's a Cowboys fan, was, what does Jason Garrett do during games? All he does is decide if they go for one or go for two. Because
manages.
Yeah, but he doesn't call any of the plays on either side of the ball. Like, what does Jason Garrett do? That's what you get Cliff to be. He's just a better-looking, like, head of the franchise, can talk to the media well, just get better coaches underneath him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal. But I mean,
I said to you, you either have to be really attractive,
right,
to be a good. If you're a subpar coach who wants a job, right?
Right.
Because you have to be really attractive, because then just really attractive people get better stuff in life. That's like a scientific fact. or you have to be really, really disgusting. Like, holy shit, this dude doesn't care about anything but football. He's so gross. He's probably a genius because he spends all his time thinking about football because every other aspect of life sucks for him because he's so gross. So if you're a subpar coach, you have to – now you can be a really, really good coach and fall anywhere on the spectrum because you're a good coach.
No.
Yeah. So
Give me the gross coach all day.
Yeah. Well, Andy Reid fits gross coach and good coach.
Well, and I've got and in the Natty news, I'm going to keep the Kingsbury stuff going a little bit because it goes with the Packers coach.
You want me to just run the Natty news? Let's do it. We're doing it.
I mean, if you're ready, I didn't want to cut you off.
No, we're ready. Let's do it. The other thing was the John Jay story, which is nothing. If it's true that the White Sox recruited John Jay or signed John Jay to a 1-year, $4 million deal just because he's best friends with Manny Machado and they're trying to lure in Machado, if that is even one iota of the reason they gave him $4 million, then that's awesome for John Jay.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to come down to who gives Manny Machado the most money and where he wants to play. Like that's not a discussion. But if all things are equal, and one team is literally paying your friends and family and rolling out the red carpet, and the other team is just a firm handshake and an offer sheet, I think if people look at it like they would a general company, and if that pushes the White Sox over, why not? There's no risk.
Yeah, but I'm saying more from like a John Jay standpoint. He's going to have somebody looking at his contract right now and like, oh, fuck, I got to go befriend Gleyber Torres before he becomes a free agent.
Ooh, that would be really interesting if this works.
I'm going to be Gleyber's best friend for the next 5 years. And then when he hits free agency, I'm going to make sure I'm a free agent at the same time.
What do you think Tyler Wade is doing?
Yeah, and then I'm going to shop myself around. Hey, I can get you Gleyber if you give me 1 year, $4 million. Oh, but you suck. No, but it's not about that right now.
Well, I might be able to help the team, and I'm that guy's buddy. So
yeah, so give me all your money, you dumb piece of shit. The national news.
Jim, the big story, the national championship game. Bama is the best team ever. Nick Saban is God. Clemson routs Alabama, Jim. I mean, never a chance. Bama played scared. Did you see the video of the girl that likes LaMarcus Aldridge? It was kind of flirty. Derrick Rose with some friendly kill-yourself remarks if you don't think he's going to play well anymore. NFL news, Packers hire Titans offensive coordinator LeFleur because the Titans were so good this year. And then John Gruden, even though they hired Mike Mayock to be the GM said Gruden will have the final call on all players.
Ooh. Girl likes LaMarcus Aldridge, if no one knows what that was. Look at she was front row at the basketball game, and Aldridge came up close to her, and you can see her eyes just go down to his junk, and then she immediately grabs her phone to take a picture. Yeah,
she does the big, like, mouth wide open, oh my God. And then I think the most incriminating thing for her, Jim, because I was wondering if maybe, because it cuts away pretty quick, and I was wondering, like, maybe if she was taking out her phone, that was her reaction, and she was about to take, like, a good picture of him. But you see the reverse flash go off on her end. You see the picture being taken.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'll see if I'm there. Maybe I'll tag you in it again to watch it. But it's just a silly video, and I think it's funny. I thought if there was any, like, I don't know, sexist undertones about me retweeting that, but, like, if it was a guy that saw, like, I don't know, Serena Williams bend over at a match and, like, I don't know, drop his phone or spit out his coffee, I think I'd still retweet that. So I think it's all fair.
If a guy took out his phone to take a picture of an athlete's boobs at an NBA game, people would say that's like sexist. Watch them play. But if a girl does it, it's awesome. And that's society's opinion. And my opinion is who the fuck cares? People check out boobs, butts, and dicks whenever they want, all the time.
Amen.
I almost look at every butt that walks past me. And half the time I'm like, fuck, I wish I didn't look at that butt. And sometimes I'm like, that was a great butt look I just did.
Yeah, and I think it is more male-oriented. I mean, women do it too, and that's fine. I think, but like, I think people would just be naturally shocked, the male instinct to look at a boobs, butt, hot guy, whatever you're into. Like, if I'm driving and there's like and not even a cute, just a girl on a bike, like I'm gonna look.
Oh yeah.
If you're
anyone
walking in the street in front of me, they're hit. I tagged you in the video again. If I want you to try to confirm if the flash went off or the reverse flash, because I was basically, I turned into a lawyer for a little bit on my couch last night, and I was trying to defend her, but I don't think there is an argument on it. But I'll keep it within the NBA for now. Your guy.
I don't think the reverse flash goes off. I think her screen just turns on.
Okay, you think that was just the screen turning on? It seemed a little more dramatic than that, you know?
Yeah, well, that'd be really
like if we could tell that from a reverse angle camera.
That would mean
that was the picture clip.
That would mean she hit a picture with one touch of the button. I think she just turned her phone on and the screen lit up.
Right. What do you think about the old D-Rose kill yourself remarks? You got a clip, Jim?
Yep. For those who didn't hear, here you go.
And like I said, for everybody that think that I'm not going to play the same way, kill yourself, because I believe in myself.
I don't know. Just the times, man. The times. Like that used to be saying.
Yeah.
That used to be a very common saying.
He doubled down on it too. The reporter gave him like another out, and he was like, "No, no. If you think I'm not going to play as well, kill yourself."
Yeah, and it was just a turn of, like it's been a turn of phrase, whether correct or incorrect. But I mean, I've said that, like, "Oh, kill yourself, dude." More in a mocking term. He didn't really use it, but it's still the same thing. But he apologized for it. Whatever, dude. Whatever.
Yeah, you have to a degree.
I kind of get how that shouldn't be a saying, but like, no, I don't. You know what? No, I don't. Not one person thought he honestly wanted people to kill themselves, and that would be the only way you can get offended by this. If you thought that Derrick Rose found out you killed yourself because you didn't believe in him, and he was like, "Good, you didn't believe in me," and that's not the case at all. He was just using a phrase. Now, phrases can hurt you. I understand that, and I do understand that. But like, come on.
Yeah. Well, if you don't believe in Derrick Rose, we're sorry.
Yeah.
Enjoy your time. Dude, I guess I skipped over the national championship.
No, use it for the last one. Let's do the Gruden with the players first, and then we'll go to the national, because the national championship is a big conversation.
Well, I think the two football things are really good, Jim. Because we'll end with Gruden because that'll be sillier. Maybe you'll get a voice out of me, but so the Packers hired Titans OC LeFleur, your guy. But there was a lot of jokes going around the internet because like the Titans weren't that great this year. They missed the playoffs. I think the offense was ranked like 25th or something like that. Jimmy, this guy Storielli'd his way to the top.
Yeah, how?
So the reason this guy got hired as the Green Bay Packer head coach with one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game, one of the most prestigious franchises in the game, he used to work for Sean McVay, and he used to work for Shanahan, which are the two most respected offensive minds in the game. So because he was linked to those two guys, he was a cool coaching candidate.
Yeah.
So it's literally like what's the show? Silicon Valley? This guy's basically Big Head.
No. I mean, he probably learned. Yeah, he could be, but he learned stuff from those players, and they're hoping. Again, maybe in his interview, he's like, "Hey, this is like what I want to implement. This is who I learned it from. It's all been successful before."
I mean, there's a chance, but like he had the opportunity this year, and I mean, Tennessee has some weapons, and they were 25th, so it's kind of like this guy got hired by the Packers front office to almost like extract everything from McVay and Shanahan, and then almost be on your way. Like this guy should have left his offensive coordinator job with the Titans and just had every front office. He should have been a private contractor, have every front office pay him $1 million, and they could pick his brain for 48 hours. What's different?
I don't know.
I'm saying. I mean, I'm happy for the guy. Again, I never knock someone for getting hooked up when they maybe shouldn't be, because that's kind of how my dream and how I try to progress through life.
Yeah.
But I mean, you should get Brother Brett's opinion on this for tomorrow.
All right. The GM says Gruden will with final calls on players. Does he mean who plays on the field? Because that's normal. Or does he mean who they bring in? Because that means.
Yeah, he means who they bring in, like draft picks and stuff.
So the GM is admitting that Gruden's doing his job?
Kind of. Again, this is another story Ellie way out. He hired the GM to do all the research, do all the work, and lay everything out for him. But end of the day, I mean,
I like that. I'm fine with that.
Ideally, these guys want to go hand in hand, and at the end of the day, be like, yes, we both agree we want to draft the free safety. But like, it rarely works out like that. And it's genius. Yeah, you watch all the tape, scout all the players, bring that info to me, and Daddy will take care of it from there.
I like that. All right.
Yeah.
National championship game. Opens up with a pick six and then a bomb touchdown and then like another bomb touchdown. And it's 14-7, and we're not even 5 minutes in. Hottest start you can have.
Hot start.
Which was awesome. You know what? Before the game, I read a Skip Bayless tweet, all right? And I was with Luke, and it was the first time I read a Skip Bayless tweet, and I was like, that's not a hot take. Like, I don't think Skip's being rational here. Now, it turns out he was wrong.
Right.
But I still don't think it was a hot take.
Okay.
He said, he tweets a lot.
Yeah.
I would love to see Trevor Lawrence outplay Tua, but it's just too much to ask of a true freshman on this stage against this defense. Before the game, I was like, that's not – Skip usually does like blazing hot takes, and I read them and I'm just kind of like, why'd I even read this? He's obviously just trying to annoy people and get bad responses. But I agree with this one. A true freshman outplaying Tua on the biggest stage and against that defense. This kid was at his high school prom 10 months ago, not even a calendar year away from his high school prom. Like when he does his recap of 2018-19, whatever year he wants to put it in, you're going to say, I went to prom. I won the national championship game.
Right.
So I didn't think that was a hot take by Skip, which was weird. But it turns out he's wrong and I'm wrong for not thinking that. Well, no, it's not a hot take, but it turned out that kid could outplay Tua and the defense, which is amazing, man. Like how good is Clemson? And you tweeted out that quarterback and that wide receiver are going to be there for 2 more seasons.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, man. It really is like insane. When you think about how actually young that dude is and like what you were doing at age 18 and how much time he had to put in from ages like 10 till now, that when you're a little kid, like, what? And I mean, that starts to turn into some family and some stuff like that, because I mean, Jim, we're talking about bragging and accomplishments, but like, up till age 12, I was like, there's a chance I can be pretty good at baseball. Like I was an all-star every year and all that. And I know a lot of people are. This isn't me bragging about accomplishments from almost 2 decades ago. But to put in the actual work you need to do to become better, like that's nuts. Like that. Did you see the one throw that was just bonkers? Just like guy was coming to kill him. He put it right over the linebacker, right out of the safety's way, and like his wide receiver was full extension. It was literally the perfect throw on the biggest stage. It's insane.
Yeah, crazy, man.
And I know this isn't a talk you and I really want to do, but and this always happens that it's the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. But like this kid could go pro tomorrow, but he can't legally by NFL and NCAA rules. But like if he was in the draft this year, he would easily be the number 1 overall pick.
You think so?
Oh yeah, easily. People are talking about Haskins, and the teams don't even love Haskins, and he could be top 5, top 7 for sure. Giants. Dude, Lawrence easily.
So when can he go to the draft?
2021, Jim. This guy has to play 2 more years of college football.
What's the official rule for football, for college football? I don't know it.
So you can be after your redshirt sophomore or after your junior year. You have to do 3 years. Because they have it set up that way because it's so physical and it's size, strength, and all of that.
So Giants should keep Eli this year, try to win. Keep Eli in 2021, try to lose.
Yeah, you got it. I think it's funny because I don't think it'll become a story because he seems like the kind of guy that'll enjoy being at Clemson and doing it. But like if this guy was, I don't know, someone that was just looking to collect right now, like he could throw a conniption.
Looking to collect right now, not to be rude, this kid doesn't know how to think right now.
Yeah. Like this kid's life is never going to be real.
No, yeah, yes, that's the only way you can really put it.
And the wide receiver that made the crazy catch too, he's a freshman. So they're going to be together playing college football for 2 more years.
Sounds like a recipe for success, but whenever we have that, like, wow, they're going to be good for a lot of time, then
right,
it never actually pans out.
Then the drugs kick in.
3 years removed from high school, a post-grad year counts. So Larry Fitzgerald left after his sophomore year. So it's 3 years removed from high school rather than 3 years in college.
Right, but I don't know how that works with the whole prom thing. Because post-grad is kind of a whole nother thing. He didn't do a post-grad year. So I'm pretty sure it's 2021.
Yeah, no. He's just saying that's the only way you can do 2 years of college is if you did like a post-grad year. All right, let's call it.
Are we doing the bet of the day? Are we working that? Is that sports? Is that end? Is that?
Oh, I think we'll end with the bet of the day. That's how I had imagined.
Well, halftime spoiler.
Yeah, and Jordan Gagg in halftime, he says makes up a good point. Jordan Gagg in the live chat says, "You guys said Jake could make that Chicago field goal. Jake also likes beer. Not sure if you saw it, but Goose Island is offering free beer for a year if you can go make a 43-yarder at their brewery. Jake also likes Goose Island, so it sounds like you got to get to Chicago and go make this. I've been to the
Goose Island Brewery. Yeah, we might have.
We went together.
Yeah, it's true. You, me, Danny Burns, Big Evan. Memory.
Evan and Co.
We should, of Evan and Co. We should, I think it's starting to swirl enough on the Twitter sphere that we might have to add like $8 to our budget to get a used football at like Play It Against Sports in Tampa and do a little kicking video.
Okay.
I think the world's ready for it.
We needed someone to come film us then.
I might have to I might have to get best friend Jeff out to do some drills.
Practice it up a little.
Go to a high school field, get exhausted after 15 minutes, kick a couple field goals, get really
we had a lot of fun when we went and we did the throw, punt, kick.
Oh yeah.
It was a blast.
That's man, my body's starting to give way. I think I could still do it, but if I wanted to do it cleanly, I think I need like a week to train.
All right. You used to be able to do it.
Have you ever thrown something? When's the last time you've thrown something full strength?
Probably on the beach with Luke over the summer.
I mean, were you sore after?
No, I don't think so. But a football, if I
Really?
threw football for a while, maybe.
Yeah, like if we went out, I gave you 10 friendly warm-up tosses and then said throw this football as far as you can 3 times. Do you think you'd be sore the next day?
Yeah, I need more than 10
definitely.
warm-ups. Need some stretches. Come on.
Don't get old.
Let's go to the real news.
I read the news today, oh boy, and though the news was rather sad, well, I just had to laugh.
Well, it's 6 o'clock. Time for the news.
A 90-year-old American cyclist is to be stripped of the title for failing the drug test. A pho restaurant, or pho, I should say, a pho restaurant in the town of Keene removes their sign following the city's concerns over the name Pho Keene Great. Venmo arm wrestling is becoming a thing in China, and Jake is very intrigued. A woman was accused of stalking a Paradise Valley man she met online after she sent him 65,000 text messages. Holy hell. A man caught trying to smuggle 4 live kittens by stuffing them down his pants was caught. The Indian barber famous for his cosmic head massages is the best thing I've ever watched, and I want one. A cat from Michigan has been found in Florida. How did this happen? The woman who dunked her chicken nuggets in Coke at the U.S. Open has now launched a music video. And a cheating husband gets an embarrassing list tattooed on his chest to earn his wife's trust back.
I read the news today, oh boy.
All right, a lot going on here because we had the weekend and then yesterday of no news. So we got a lot going on, Jake. What catches your fancy? What do you want to go to first?
We'll see what we get through, and we'll if we got to have some rollover to tomorrow, we can. Man, let's start with it. I tagged you in it, and I think it's going to be – I think we want to talk about it now because it's only going to be a story for about 12 hours. But the woman who dunked her chicken into her Coca-Cola at the U.S. Open has released a music video. Today was the launch date. I've watched a chunk of it.
Yeah, I have.
It's a really interesting thing that's going on here.
Well, I'll play a little of the music video for the people listening at home.
Sure.
And if you're not familiar with the story, we pretty much summed it up. She would dunked her chicken nuggets. I think we talked about this on Jomboy and Jake Radio. When she dumped her chicken fingers into Coke, ate it. And then at another sporting event, they found her doing it again. She got interviewed. She said it's just something my grandpa did and I do. She made a Twitter account for it, and she's just leached herself onto this 15 minutes of fame, and she's milking it for all she can.
The biggest catch is she's like an 8 out of 10. She's like a good-looking gal.
Yeah. So here's some of the music video. It's called Chicken Soda.
I was minding my business at the U.S. Open when ESPN called me. I was dipping my chicken into my soda, and now they all think I'm a freak. Take the chicken with your right, take the soda with your left, and then you dip. Take the chicken with your right, take the soda with your left, and then you dip. Always wanted to be.
All right, so that's basically it.
Yeah.
Now, everyone on the internet's going to want to hate this.
Right.
Well, we needed this. Oh, come on. This is fucking annoying. Go away. I fucking hate this girl. I love this, Jake.
Nice.
And you said earlier you're never going to knock someone for milking or getting what they can out of something they don't deserve. And this is exactly it. If the internet's saturated this stuff, this video is sponsored by Pokemon. She got good money out of this. It's a terrible song.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be talking about it today, and they're going to be talking about how terrible it is and not how smart it was. If someone takes 15 minutes of fame and turns it into a shitload of followers on Instagram and then a paid music video, that person used their 15 minutes of fame well. And it's fun. And she pokes fun at herself. She's like, someone asked her, how long are you going to milk this? And she said, it's a multi-pronged attack.
So, Jimmy, that's the interesting thing. And I think her followers, I checked her out on Instagram. I think she might already be up 1,000 followers or so today. The video's got like 8,000 views. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like a good for her. I guess the question is, I don't want to say where are you heading, because knock yourself out, ride whatever's hot, and get there how you get there. But like, it's her Instagram is a mix of like her posing like an Instagram model, and then chicken and Coca-Cola stuff. And she does say that the video is like cringeworthy.
I mean,
I guess
if you take it seriously, you're insane. She's laying in a bathtub full of Coca-Cola with chicken nuggets on the brim, and then she dips them into the bath. I mean,
right.
come on, it's a good time. That's funny.
I guess it is a good time. I'm not knocking that. I guess I just want to know for her, like, what's next, and does she actually think this is cringeworthy?
Yeah, I think she's joking around and laughing with it. At one point in the music video, she's just opening up her jacket and just showing her boobs as the camera just kind of zooms in on her boobs.
Right. I guess that's the thing. From all of her moves from since this has started, I think she wants to become a sex symbol, and I don't know if this is the best angle. Maybe it is. So good for her.
I think it's funny. Like I'm with her. Because she's pissing off so many people.
Jimmy, there was a gal that me and her were necking for a little bit, and I don't think we really liked each other. We didn't really know what we were doing. We kind of knew at the time, but it was fun. And a text phrase that me and her worked up was GFY GFY. Good for you. Go fuck yourself.
I'm not go fuck yourself with this girl. Big fan.
Yeah, I mean, it's a friendly New York way. Go fuck yourself. Yeah. Like, but yeah, good for her. GFY.
I mean, listen to this part of the song.
With the right to the soil, with the left, and then you dip, 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 dip. Dip, dip, quit, quit, dip, dip, quit, quit, dip, dip, quit, quit, dip, dip, quit, quit, dip, dip, whip, drip.
Dip, sip, whip, drip.
Yeah.
It's not even her voice. She admitted that it's not her singing.
Okay.
So it's really just a giant joke, and Pokemon sponsored it.
I think I would like this more if there was less production value.
I think that you have to come from her side and be in on the joke, because the people that are getting mad at this and that are on the outside of the joke, that are making the joke funny, are crazy. I mean, they're just like looking around to get mad because this is the most innocent, harmless thing. And what makes it funny is that people think it's not innocent, harmless.
Hey, that's what Dr. Phil said about B Had Baby. And now look at her go.
You're her biggest fan.
I'm her biggest fan.
So there you go. It's the same shit.
Fan number
it's
one.
The same exact thing.
But no, that's what I'm saying. If she was locked into, if she could see, I'm the reverse.
Dude,
if
I guarantee she starts a
said,
podcast.
Like,
I guarantee
this is my new rap album, I would be like, yes. Now we're talking.
No, so she already has a deal with a chicken nugget company to make a cola version of dip, a cola style dip. So she's got endorsement deals. She's probably going to be on some chicken place commercials. I mean, you don't remember the name Michelle Janicki, but she used her 15 minutes of fame from that Australian track runner, and she went on apps and models and commercials. That's what this girl's going to do. Good for her. Life's fun.
Yeah, I'm not knocking that at all. I'm saying I wish she was in the deep end. I wish she lived a life as the chicken Coca-Cola rap lady.
I think she's getting there. I think she probably just wants to be a personality.
Cringeworthy. Like, no, babe. Make this your life. This is what America wants.
If you look at the music video, when she is laying in a bathtub full of Coca-Cola with chicken fingers surrounding her head, and don't understand the humor in that. Like, think of the behind the scenes music video when the whole crew's like, all right, the Coke's in the tub, get in there.
I mean, I'm there, man. I'm just saying that's the same thing with my girl B Had Baby. Like, people were like, yo, is this 14-year-old messing with us? And it's like, oh no, she actually thinks she's a bad bitch that can beat up people.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm out, because that girl has no self-awareness. This girl
That's why I love it.
Yeah.
And now she is a star. She faked it till she made it the best ever.
You'd rather
The
laugh
best
at
ever.
someone than with someone. Like, because you're laughing.
Well, now I'm with her. Don't mess with us bad bitches.
Dude, did you watch this Indian barber cosmic head massages?
I did not, but I could literally tell by the way you were talking about it that this is your heaven. You've always had a weakness for a good head massage.
Yes. This Indian barber goes fucking crazy on people's heads with like a whoosh, 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 boom. Just slapping your face around, rubbing it up and down. And it looks kind of gross and kind of like you'd wake up, you'd come to, and the blood would come back to your head, and you'd be like, oh my God, that felt so good.
Baba said.
And this guy, he does it for, if we had like just money floating around, I'd hire this guy to come give us cosmic head massages.
Jimmy, why didn't you tell me I was going to love this guy?
I mean, I'm trying to tell you, it's awesome. He's the best.
His mannerisms are incredible.
Yeah, I tried to give you some of them.
Oh, yeah. This guy's the best.
Yeah, I know. I want to talk about this video. I'll put it on the Instagram page. So if you're sometimes when there's videos, I throw them on the Instagram, Jomboy Jake Radio. So go check those out if you haven't. It's amazing. It's fantastic.
Yeah, if you look at this guy and you say he doesn't have good energy, you're out of my life.
Yeah. Again, like, how could you hate this guy? You could be like, I wouldn't want that to my face. And I totally understand that, but I want it to my face.
Oh, yeah.
But if you like, that guy has cosmic energy. There's no doubt in the world.
I think I'm the kind of person that I don't take things too serious, that it can lead to bad things. Like, I think if I got one of this guy's cosmic massages, I think I would start believing in it to the point where like a doctor would be like, oh, you need to come in and get surgery on your gallbladder. And I'd be like, no, my guy's got me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'd be in there with my Indian buddy and be like, no, just tell him what he needs to do and he'll get it done. And they'd be like, I don't think you want that. And I'd be like, yes, I do.
That's great. It's fantastic. What else do we got? Cheating husband gets embarrassing list. Did you see this? I linked it just straight to the picture for you.
Yeah, I saw this. This went viral the other day. I mean, yeah. I mean,
tattoo
tough.
on his chest. I, Jose L. Torres, am getting a tattoo voluntarily on January 2nd, 2019, so that I can earn my wife's trust back for the pain and suffering I've caused in a marriage. I am a liar, cheater, manipulator, deceiver, whore / prostitute lover, which if he's a whore, dishonest and respectful. If he's a whore,
no, they're lumping whores and prostitutes together there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I thought it was like I'm a whore and a prostitute lover, which is confusing to me. But yeah, I get it.
We missed a comma after Torres, and I think we spelled deceiver wrong.
There's two mistakes. They spelled deceiver wrong, and they spelled they spelled another word wrong that I can't find right now.
But yeah, this is tough.
Yeah, don't get this tattoo. Just get divorced. But I don't know.
Anything for love, Jim.
It's a good first date conversation.
I mean, at a certain point, if you're the wife that he's doing this for, or whoever it is, you don't want to look at this. This is just a reminder.
Constant reminder that he cheated on you.
Like, maybe put it on his back or somewhere to sometimes be like, oh, you were a dipshit, but you've been a good guy for 15 years. Okay. But no, this is a daily reminder of how bad of a person you're married to.
Liar, cheater, manipulator. Oh, great. I'll take you back now.
Actually, second thought.
This is going to be great when they have kids and he wants to like hang out with his kids and go in the swimming pool with his kids. It's fantastic. And
I think the last story we've got to hit before we either T-quad or wrap it up, but the faux shop in Keene is, classic.
Come on. You cannot be mad at a pho. I think it's pho shop. For it, the town is named Keene. They sell pho.
Right.
Their pho is great.
Right.
The store name is fucking great. The town gets upset. And I understand why the town gets upset, but you have to respect the creative mind that was like, this needs to be the store name.
And guess what? If your kid is able to put it together, they know the word fucking. Like, get over yourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Like,
fucking is fucking great.
Like, I'm sorry, if your 12-year-old says, yeah, that place is fucking great, and they're clearly being a 12-year-old just twisting the knife in your back, I mean, they already know.
Yeah. No, this is, I mean, even though they had to get the sign removed, it's still a great move by the creative team because now we all know about fucking great, the fuck place in Keene, which I didn't know about before.
I know a killer joke that floored me probably earlier than 12 was the Sofa King and how great he was. And then you'd say, oh, he's Sofa King great. And it's all in the back of the bus.
My favorite meme, like early meme from 2007, is the picture of that worker who's picking up recycling. She's picking up the cans and crushing them, you know?
Right.
And the meme says, my job is soda pressing. And it's like a picture of a sad lady. My job is soda pressing.
It's a classic.
That was the first time I saw a meme, and it had to be like, not the first time. They weren't as popular as they are now, and I was like, that's funny wordplay. Ah ha 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 ha.
That's a funny word.
This is funny stuff, man.
All right, do a little T-Quad.
T-Quad.
Ooh, do you think The Office has a chance at a successful reboot without Michael Scott? Sub-question, do you think he's actually not going to be included in the new season? They're making an Office reboot? I thought this was like a hearsay and a joke and not real.
There was a joke for like a week, and then it went for another week, so people were like, this is pretty real. And I definitely think the ancillary people from The Office are in, and then they had a big like get-together reunion, so there was all this speculation. They'll end up doing something. The odds of it being good are low. Like even if Michael Scott was back, Steve Carell as he's known in the States, it still wouldn't be good because it's not the same.
They're saying that it might be, I think a one-off special would be the way to do it. Some event that brings everyone back together, said the guy who plays Toby, who was like a writer and producer for the show.
Yeah. I mean, didn't Parks and Rec do this? And they were awful?
I didn't think so. I thought they talked about it, but I don't think it's been had already.
No, I thought, didn't they come back with like 5 episodes and they hate each other? What are their names? I'm combining real life names, and Leslie Knope and Ron Swanson hate each other.
They did?
Yeah, man.
No,
I remember I watched like 1.5 episodes, and I was like, these are bad.
It says it hasn't been on since 2015, so I don't think so.
I would check it out, man. I'm pretty sure on this.
Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman's new show will bring Parks and Rec fans much joy. So I don't think that it's Parks and Rec. They're making a craft show together. I have no new Parks and Rec episodes that I can find. I feel like I would have watched them because I like Parks and Rec.
So you don't remember Leslie and Ron not getting along at all?
If it was like a couple episodes during the stretch of the show that I watched it.
Like Ron joins a private
Yeah, you're just explaining the last season. Yeah, you're just explaining the last season. That was the last season. It wasn't like a gap in time or anything. And then a reunion or a comeback.
Oh. Well, what wasn't it after? Because I thought that No, because wasn't the John Hamm like the final scene? Like they brought in John Hamm. It was a couple years later. But I thought they did episodes after that, after they wrapped it up because people were demanding more.
No. So what happened was Leslie was pregnant and they didn't want to deal with like kids. A lot of shows don't like dealing with kids and that storylines that go around kids. So for the last season, they thought it'd be fun to skip the timeline 3 years into the future. But it wasn't like there was actually no gap.
Okay. I don't know.
Yes. So the season ended, then they got renewed for a 7th season, and they decided instead of having the babies, because Leslie was pregnant, they're going to jump to the babies are like 3 years old. It's all 3 years in the future. They ran the future joke down a little bit, but they had all gone and done like their own things, and then they all, it was just a new time. But it wasn't as far as episodes coming out, it was right in line with when the new season was going to come out.
Oh, well, they were awful.
They were different. It was a different feel to the show, for sure. I actually went back and watched some Parks and Rec, and I did not like it as much as I liked it at the beginning.
Right.
Didn't think it held up.
Sorry about it.
Sorry about it. Is that the end of the show, Jake? The end? Yeah. About wraps
We
it up.
talked about a new segment, but maybe not.
Oh, yeah. You got your bet?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Here
Play the music. Play the fight song.
Okay. Just okay, here we go.
That song you were planning on playing for this. That's pretty bitchin'. We're gonna start doing the bet of the day. I know everybody does betting, but we kind of want to do this as a silly way for now. Papi Gordo is gonna pick a game. Jimmy's gonna tell if he agrees with me or wants to pick the other side. We'll track it. We'll see. I'm pretty bad at betting, so I think at the end of the day, if we track this enough, I think it's gonna be 70%. If you guys reverse bet me, you can make money. My first easy bet of the day, Jim. Big game. Big game. Houston at Temple, AAC basketball, Jim. Houston's undefeated. Going into Temple, Fran Dunphy's last season, Houston -3, Temple +3. We're going underdogs. So, Jim, are you with me on Temple winning or losing by less than 3?
It looks like the last time they played, Houston beat them by 21 points.
21 points, yes.
And it was the closest the game ever was 13 minutes in when Temple was down by 15. That's the closest the game ever was.
Right.
So you're saying that Temple's going to come back and cover the spread?
I think it's going to be rowdy. I think it's going to be a rowdy environment.
And what are your reasonings for this? They're in Temple?
It's at Temple. It's the coach's last season. Temple solid. Houston's undefeated coming in, but they're not like a good undefeated. So I think this is like the game that breaks their undefeated season. Because in Temple's like all excited, like undefeated teams coming in, coaches
Temple,
last year.
2 days ago or 3 days ago, Temple rallied late to beat Wichita State in overtime. So they're up. They're feeling like good about themselves.
Right.
No, they're not going to cover though.
Okay. And I am on Temple. You're on Houston. One of us will be undefeated tomorrow, or maybe
It's
the last
only
time.
3, right?
Only 3.
I don't think I'd take it if it was 10.
Wow.
Or 9.
Let's see. Vegas knows best.
All right. Yeah, Vegas does know best. Vegas does know best. That's the end of the show. Thank you guys very much for listening. We'll be back tomorrow with another episode. Is there any housekeeping, things we got going on? Jake's got an episode of Talking Huskies, so if you're a UConn fan, go check that out. We have season 3 announcement episode for Laughs from the Past. It's like just a 20-minute little recap of what we talked about on season 2 and what we got coming up for season 3. If you haven't checked out Laughs from the Past yet, but you listen to other shows that we do, I highly recommend it because it seems like you already like us, and I put a lot of effort into the research, so go fucking reward my effort. Boom. Katie laughed as soon as I said that in the other room. I don't think she was laughing at what I said, but I like to think that.
It works.
Oh, she's laughing at something her friend texted her, she said.
Nice.
So that was rude of her to give me that update. And that's the end of the show. Here's Tom Petty, Running Down a Dream, which is the song I used in the very, 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 very first test episode we did of the show.
We didn't really talk too much about the song today.
We already did Tom Petty. Tom Petty is the reason Dead Tuesday became the theme. Because the very first test episode that we did, or the second one, I should say, it was the second one, was Tom Petty, this song. And then you said
good JJR trivia right there.
Yeah, there you go. Now you know why. Oh, it's a good song. Get you going a little bit.
Tom Petty gets better every year.
It's great. It's fantastic. My mom saw him in concert once and said he was really boring. Must have been doing a slow album tour. All right, see you guys. Thanks for listening.